A lot of filmmakers struggle with the same thing in all their scripts, and it's what turned the Odyssey, a story as old as civilization, into the biggest blockbuster that's been sold out for weeks. So if you want to learn how to do the same, watch till the end. There's actually a very big difference between main characters and protagonists. A main character is just the main person in your story. It's kind of who the story follows. There's nothing conflicting about them. They don't have any internal conflicts, external conflicts. They just kind of go about their day. And they're somebody that's easily replaceable. But a protagonist is someone who you root for. It's someone who you like at the start of the story. And whoever's getting in their way or whatever's getting in their way is making it difficult for your character to achieve their goal. And that's what makes you want to follow them. Everyone always says, have conflict in your stories, which I agree with. I agree with a lot. A lot of people mistake conflicts for just things that go wrong, but it actually goes two ways. The first way is external conflict, and this can be anything from the world that they live in or the people around them that are stopping the character or the protagonist from reaching their goal. An internal conflict is about what goes on in their own mind, what's holding them back, what in themselves is holding them back from achieving that goal. And I think with this struggle comes a lot of relatability. Take, for example, Spider-Man. You're not climbing walls and fighting Dr. Octopus every weekend and you got webs coming out your wrists. But every single guy on Earth relates to Spider-Man. Why? Because in the struggle of being Spider-Man and the struggle of being a hero and trying to take care of everyone at the same time, it's something that everyone can relate to. Behind the mask, Peter Parker is just another random person from New York. But when he puts on the mask, he represents something that everyone wants to feel. They want to feel like a hero. So we love to follow his journey and we love to follow his struggle because we want to see him overcome his battles every single time. We always know he's going to win at the end of the film, but it's what goes on during the film that makes us stick to it and see what happens next. Who's he going to fight now? Where's Mary Jane? These are all struggles that we all deal with every single day, and to see someone be a hero for us and represent us is what draws us to that character. Another reason why the Odyssey is so loved by so many people is because every obstacle means something. Every obstacle teaches Odysseus something new about himself, and every obstacle leads to him learning more and overcoming the challenges to get home. Take the Cyclops. Odysseus by nature is a very egotistical person. He's the king, he's a soldier, he loves himself so much, but the Cyclops teaches him something. It teaches him to break his ego, to use his intellect, because it was his intellect that got him out of the cave, but it was his ego in killing the Cyclops that caused Poseidon to curse him. That's what's so crazy about the Cyclops. It's not the fact that he died, it's the fact that by doing so, Odysseus is learning to kill his ego. Take the sirens as well. The sirens aren't necessarily an obstacle, but they're a manifestation of his deepest desires. The sirens represent the things you obsess over, your addictions, what you wanna overcome. By having temptations in your ear all the time and being able to overcome that, Odysseus comes out as a stronger person, which gives him the power and the strength that he needs to get back home. But every obstacle in this film represents something about him, whether it be the Cyclops, the Sirens, the Lotus Eaters. But everything in the story teaches him something, and that's what makes the arc so great. Every story needs to have a character arc. Your protagonist needs to start somewhere and needs to end somewhere different, and they need to learn in that process. And this is the perfect setup. He starts somewhere, and through the journey, he learns and becomes a better man, and he changes. So when he comes back home, he's a different person. So was the journey really worth it? If you're looking for a space to join for filmmakers, I've built a Discord server designed to make your guys' life easier. We offer resources, live feedback, and a real community of people in the film industry. I'll leave the link in the description. The human brain is drawn to conflict. Throughout history, humans love to gossip. It's a fact of nature. Everyone gossips, bro. Everyone wants the new tea. Everyone wants to know what's going on. And that's exactly where film comes from. We started telling stories as a society to tell people and warn people about the dangers in the outside world. And that's exactly what a story is. Without conflict, there is no story. Watching a film is exactly like gambling. And I'll prove it to you now. When you gamble, you buy your stake in the game. You play around with your game pieces and you want to win because you earn more money, right? When you buy a film ticket, you're buying your way into the film. Your game token is the protagonist on screen. And every challenge they overcome just builds up the anticipation of that win more and more and more. You want the characters to succeed by the end of the film. But without the conflict and weaving in and out of their problems, they don't get the result. And you're rooting for them every single time because you really want them to win. That's what makes a character so powerful. Think of like a football game as well. If your favorite team is playing and there were no defenders or no goalies in the field and they could just zoom past everyone and score the goal, everyone would be winning football games like 10-0. That's what makes it boring. That's not fun to watch. But the fact that they've placed defense there and the fact that there's problems that they have to overcome and tackle and do these things, that's what makes a game fun to watch. Conflict draws the human mind to it because we always need something to root for. And having characters on screen or having characters in a book gives us the perfect person to root for. Because we love Odysseus at the start, because he's defeated Troy, he's going into battle, he's a humble man, he's a king. So we've already set up the intention that we like this character. Now, every time something gets in his way, we automatically hate the other thing, because that's what's getting in the way of our hero. And if our hero overcomes that, we like him even more and more and more and more and more. So by the end, we love Odysseus because we've grown with him throughout the entire story. Even though we've not done anything, we're just reading it or we're just watching it. By seeing him overcome his own challenges, it sparks a little flame in our minds saying, this is possible. We're inspired. And that's what Odysseus is. That's what the Odyssey is. It's an inspirational story for everyone who reads it or everyone who watches it, that anything is possible and that you can always overcome your challenges. Give your audience something or a character to root for and just make sure they get into so much conflict that they are beloved throughout the entire film. So yeah, if you have to learn anything from this video, it's conflict. Conflict is key. And I know everyone says it, but I just thought the Odyssey is a perfect way to kind of explain it and explain why it's so important. If you enjoy this discussion, make sure to check out the related video on how indie filmmaking is going to change Hollywood. I've been Ollie, and if you learned anything from this video, make sure to like and subscribe. In a bit.